What's going on, everybody? Levi Jaeckel here, back with another video, and today I am a little extra fired up. I'm about to hit day 6 of Squatober, which is awesome, unless you can't squat, unless squatting hurts, or unless you don't like to squat, which is exactly what we're going to talk about today. This is like the perfect video for me to make, and I actually got this from the comments, so I appreciate you. But what do you do if you can't squat? Let's find out. So I talked about this in the very first Squatober video. I haven't traditionally back squatted in a very long time. And on top of that, I've rarely programmed barbell back squat for most of my clients. So the back squat, the barbell back squat, is not some exercise that I'm like married to. I'm not married to a single exercise. And what I mean by that is that I don't believe that there's any exercise that is the singular exercise that you need to be doing. A barbell back squat is a great exercise. It's a tough exercise, but it's not the end-all be-all. So before we talk about what to do if you can't squat, we need to figure out why you should be squatting or why you want to squat. That should be the first thing you ask yourself. There's a couple reasons as to why you would want to back squat. 1, more strength. 2, more power. 3, maybe you want bigger legs. 4, maybe you want bragging rights for a bigger 1RM. All of those reasons are perfectly acceptable, and that's not for me to decide. That's for you to decide. You get to decide why you want to back squat. Okay, so like we've talked about, I've worked with a ton of people and I've rarely back squatted, and we've all accomplished pretty incredible results. Even with my athletes, I've got guys that are at the top of their sport and I've never back squatted with them once. For years, 6 or 7 years, I've never barbell back squatted them regularly, and they're at the top of their sport. So regardless of what your goals are, there's ways to accomplish those goals without using a barbell back squat. And that's kind of what I want to communicate, is that there are a ton of great exercises that will accomplish your strength or your size or your bragging rights that might fit a little bit better for you. We use the trap bar deadlift like crazy in here. I will never make a video about how I've accomplished a lot of great results with people without using a trap bar deadlift. Trap bar deadlift is definitely a staple. Same with Bulgarian squats. I hammer Bulgarian squats. If you train with me, you know that we hammer them, and I know that you hate them. If you haven't back squatted before, or if you're new to squatting in general, I would recommend you maybe start with a landmine squat. Again, I use the landmine squat to kind of introduce people to the squatting pattern. I think that that's a great way to teach your body how to sit into your hips. It's kind of like squatting for dummies. Also, we hammer lunge variations. Let's talk about the reverse lunge specifically really quick, just because a reverse lunge is similar-ish to a squat. We hammer reverse lunges with dumbbells. We use barbells. We use a front-loaded barbell reverse lunge. We use kettlebell goblet squat reverse lunges. We use double kettlebell front-loaded reverse lunges. So, you know, there's a bunch of different ways to load up that reverse lunge to make it extremely challenging. If you're consistently using these exercises in your training programs, you're going to be achieving the results that we talked about at the beginning that you might think that a barbell back squat is optimized for. It's not necessarily the exercise, it's the work that you're putting in. I haven't back squatted in a long time, and I don't think that my squat is adequate for me. I want to get that up, and that's one of the big reasons why I'm doing Squatober. So for me, I just need reps under the bar, okay, and I'm getting that this month. I honestly, like, this is a genuine statement, I might have done more barbell back squats already in October than I've done in the entire year of 2020 so far. The second reason that you might not squat is because it hurts. Pain is a good thing. Pain tells you that something's wrong. Do not ignore pain. If your knees hurt, if your ankles hurt, if your back hurts, listen to it and then try to address it. If you don't have mobility, if you can't get to full knee flexion, and what I mean by knee flexion is if you can't get your calf to your hamstring, right? So if you don't have full knee flexion, if this hurts, So if you can't get into full knee flexion with weight under this, right? So I'm putting all my body weight on this at full knee flexion, my calf to my hamstring. If you can't hang out in this position, you're not gonna like to squat. Getting comfortable with this knee position is gonna be a really, really beneficial place for you to start. This could be a mobility issue where that joint just hasn't been to that end range of motion in a long time, and so you just need to spend some time in that. It could be a soft tissue issue, right? Where your quads are way too tight or your calves are too tight. Maybe spending some time foam rolling would be very beneficial for you. And maybe at the end of the day, that's really as simple as it gets. If your knees hurt and you're not doing any mobility training, spend a little time working the mobility of your knees. If your knees hurt and you haven't done any soft tissue work, foam rolling, trigger points, maybe spend a little time working the soft tissues of your quads. There is a ton of content on YouTube for those types of things. Some of the stuff on my channel would be very helpful. All the exercises that I mentioned previously, I'll link to below. We've got the whole exercise vault. We've got a playlist on our YouTube channel with an entire exercise vault of hundreds of exercises that you can just kind of browse through. And we've got that recovery video where I kind of take you through some of the trigger points. I'll link that in the description as well. Last reason why you might not be squatting, and this is the camp that I fall into, is that you just suck at back squatting. So we talked about this 100 times at this point, but I suck at back squatting. I said it. I came clean. I confessed. Because it's not a movement that I do regularly, and because I'm not very good at it, I just avoid it. That's human nature. We avoid our weaknesses. Everybody's guilty of this. So if you don't have pain, but you're just weak at the exercise, just get those reps in, just challenge yourself. And this is true for any exercise, right? Another reason that I really wanted to nail down and hammer my back squat is that I just felt like that was inadequate for me to not be comfortable with that movement. That's such a fundamental human movement that I should be more than capable of handling whatever squat pattern I need to handle. I felt like maybe my physical capability bucket had a little hole in it, and this month I'm gonna try to plug that hole. I look at this as a much more global picture for me and my body than I do like thinking that the back squat is some end-all, be-all secret exercise that if you increase your back squat by 100%, then you unlock the secrets of human potential. I don't believe that at all. Just to wrap this up and put a nice little bow on it, first figure out why you want to back squat. Maybe those goals can be accomplished with another exercise, in which case, knock yourself out. If back squat is something that fits into your goals and you want to pursue it, does it hurt? If you have pain, address the joints with the pain. Mobility, soft tissue. If you know why you want to squat, if squat fits your goals, and if you don't have any pain, but you just suck at it, then get on this Squatober. That's where I'm at. With all that being said, I got one more thing that I got to do before I start squatting today. Check this out. Oh, got to appreciate the packaging. Oh, yeah. Okay. Hey, it's time to squat now.